see what you're wearing. You gotta be in court and...
What are you doing?
I've been thinking about Christina and how badly she was beaten. How could I let that happen?
Take it.
I got it.
You want to talk about this?
I've been thinking a lot about my mother. And it all started after I found out Dante was my son. He's so contemptuous of me, and that hurts. I want my kid to understand why I'm the way I am, so I told Dante about Deke and how he beat the living hell out of me and my mother. And it was like yesterday. She looks so much like my mother. She's got the same small frame, same sad eyes, and last night, same horrible bruises and cuts. The only thing that got me through what I went through with Deke was knowing that it was going to end. And that sooner or later I was going to get the hell out of there. And when that happy day came, I said to myself that I would never, ever go through that, or anybody that I loved would ever go through that kind of hurt again. I failed, Carly. Yes. All the money, all the power, it doesn't protect anything. It didn't protect. Didn't protect my daughter. I've been worried about Christina since she saw me lose it with Claudia. Before that, you know, we were inching closer. It's a process, and I thought everything we were doing better. But that night changed everything. She saw a side of me that she couldn't accept, that scared her. So every time I would see her, she would be hostile, disrespectful, and all I wanted to say to her was like, look, regardless of what you saw, I'm your dad, and I love you. Now this.
It's horrible. It's awful. Sonny, it's unspeakable.
It's a dad's worst nightmare to get a call, like I did from Patrick, saying that your daughter is in the hospital, badly beaten. So I get there. Her eye was like this, battered. She says Ethan did it. So I go to kill him. Dante stopped me. He shouldn't have. I should have blown that son of a bitch's head off. Because I'm choking right now, thinking that Ethan, that animal, is skating after what he did to my daughter. And he's accusing her of lying. Same as Deke.
Okay. I get why you're having trouble separating. I see the parallel, but it's not the same, Sonny.
Yeah, it is the same, Carly. My mother did it with my father. The same as she's doing with Ethan. She's protecting him. She's walking around with her head bashed in, and because she doesn't want to hurt or punish him. And I'm thinking that there's something in me, the way I treated her or didn't treat her, that I wasn't there when she was, growing up, that I wasn't able to teach her about Ethan and guys like Deke. That somehow it made her vulnerable. And now the pattern of abuse just continues.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
Here's where the situation is different. You and Adela had no one. Deke had all the power. He was the iron fist. He was the cop. If you would have told anybody about what was going on, they wouldn't have believed you, and that was if you were inclined to talk, and you never would have. He kept you isolated so he could control you. Christina's not alone, Sonny. She has a number of strong female role models. She has Alexis, Sam, Diane. She has me. And she has a loving father who is her ultimate protector. She made a mistake. She made a mistake. She picked the wrong boy. And you know what? She's going to learn a very hard, valuable lesson from this, but she will never, ever make this mistake again, and she will go on and have a happy, wonderful life. It's not the same, Sonny. It's not the same, okay? And right now, you need to go to court, and you need to fight for yourself, and you need to fight for your life, and for a presence in Christina's life. You need to get yourself exonerated so you can do some good for your daughter.
I was just actually talking to Bernie.
Is Michael okay?
Yeah, he's not happy, but so far he's staying
Oh,
put.
thank God he's not here. He'd be going nuts over Christina. And he shouldn't have to see Sonny the way I saw Sonny this morning.
But is Sonny okay?
He's a disaster. He reeked of alcohol. He was sitting by himself in the dark. He was wearing the same clothes he had on yesterday, going on and on about his mom and how he blames himself for Christina. Does any of this sound familiar to you?
Sonny can't have a breakdown right now.
I know. He's still taking his medication. That should get him through the trial, hopefully. It's bad. I haven't seen him like this in a long time. Did Sonny ask you to kill Ethan?
He went after Ethan himself.
Yeah, I know. The last thing we need right now is a war between Sonny and Luke. You know, that's where this is headed. Luke's gonna stand beside his despicable son. What's going on?
What if Ethan is innocent?
Is there a chance?
Well, there's a discrepancy in Christina's story. She told me that Ethan showed up right after Sam dropped her off at the lake house, but Sam drove straight to the Haunted Star to confront Ethan, and he was there. Now, it may not mean anything. Christina could be confused about the timing. She did suffer a horrible trauma that night, but it could also mean that she's lying about Ethan.